That's pretty fortuitous to get connected to Irving Azoff like that, because I think you could learn however you end up, you learn a lot.
Well, you'll find when you have something hot, everyone becomes your best friend. No disrespect to Irving. He was very good to me. But you'll find that everybody wants you when you have something hot. And nobody wants you when you don't. And the business is really as simple as that. If I could give anybody, any sort of quick study take on it, it's like get something hot until you start knocking on doors. Like don't knock on doors with nothing.
Yeah. I was just that sound. I mean, the scenario sounded almost like Almost Famous, except Almost Famous came out in 2000. So your little
The
with the
precursor.
manager, right? Yeah, like the you were the starter manager that they were trying to get rid of.
Yeah,
And bet of course the experience. I'm sure it was like, no, this is I'm not leaving this. I know exactly what I want, what the band wants.
They did a whole production.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'll tell you this little story, and I don't think Ron will mind me telling this. Ron and I were partners at first. Ron Aniello, the producer. So we had agreed to manage Jason Wade and whatever band he developed. It was, like I said, it was Bliss at the time. We had agreed to manage them together, and so DreamWorks, being as savvy as they are, did the deal with us. Clive Davis wanted to fly me to New York on his own plane and all this other stuff. I said, no, I'm going with Lenny and Mo and Michael. They were who I knew and loved, and I gave this act to them. But once this deal was signed, they called me into a meeting, and it was all the heads of all the departments, and they started drilling Ron and I. They called us into a meeting. They drilled us on things they knew we didn't know. And Ron started getting red and sweaty, and I started getting pissed because I'm like, they were just bringing up all kinds of elevated topics that they knew we were new managers, and they were really putting the heat on us. And all I said was, I don't have the answer for that yet, but I'll find out in 24 hours.
Right.
Yep.
And in the parking lot after that meeting, Ron said, "Hey, man, I'm out." I said, "What?" He goes, "I'm out, dude. I can't do that. I can't do this kind of thing." So he knew right away he wasn't minded in that way. He wanted to do creative stuff only. And I was really kind of tired of the creative thing. I had done years of it, and I was ready to have a more stable life at home. So I said, well, I'm hanging on and I'm doing it. And that was 22 years ago.
Hanging by a moment, man. You guys talk to heart. And to number one.
It was a pit bull move, and it was ballsy, but I knew what they were trying to do. And it wasn't as vicious as much as it was kind of their MO. All record companies' MOs are that. They get the young manager to get the band signed, and then they get their buddies in.
But that's great. I mean, that's what you want in a manager. That's, it's like who's tough is tough and can figure out the answer. And it's like, no matter how tough it gets, I'm going to be there for you. I'll figure out I don't know the answer. I'll get it though for you.
The manager, what you really want is the fifth member.
Yeah.
You really want that fifth member. You want somebody who takes things personally, but not to the point where, he acts irrationally, he or she acts irrationally. But you do want somebody that feels so closely to it that, and in my case with Jason Wade, I mean, it really did become, was a fifth member, and really his partner since the beginning.